Joining me now from Titusville, Florida, National Director of Priests for Life, Father Frank Pavone. Father, millennials, is there a correlation in your mind, there is in mine, between this lack of knowledge of the First Amendment, free speech in particular, and walking away from God? To me, it boils down to one thing, and that is how they were raised, what they were taught.
There is a connection, and I think that a lot more problems come from their distance from God in the political arena than we realize. Because, you know, believing in free speech is part of believing in human dignity, and believing in human dignity flows also from a belief in the one who created us. And you know what's accounting for this distancing from God and from religion are a number of factors. We know that God has been taken out of the schools, Bible reading, prayer.
Yep.
We've been suffering under this for decades. We also know, and we see the breakdown of the family. We see in public schools more and more just anti-God and anti-social behavior. We see in the political trends the Democrat Party becoming more and more godless. But there's another area, and as you know, I work full-time in the arena of dealing with the abortion issue. And it's an area that deserves a lot more attention, and it's what we call abortion survivor syndrome. Think of it this way. What does it do to a young person to realize that his or her life was not acknowledged or protected when they were in the womb? And that perhaps, as many of our young people are experiencing, their mom had one of their brothers or sisters killed by abortion. This has a profound effect on a young person's sense of what it means to be alive, what it means to have a family, what it means to believe in God, what it means to be part of a nation. We're only beginning to scratch the surface of this abortion survivor syndrome, and it accounts for a lot of the effects that we're seeing in society.
But also dovetails into the selfishness of the millennial generation. And I'm not trying to pound on the millennial generation. The millennials are the way they are because of me, because of parents, right? It's not their fault. It's what the prior generation did to them in raising them. But according to Pew, Father, the numbers are rather devastating when you look at the millennials who are walking away from God, in particular Christianity. Over the last 10 years, millennials identifying as Christians down 16%. That is a precipitous drop. On the other hand, the number of millennials identifying as non-religious, in other words, walking away from God, up 13%. Yes. Are you finding young people coming to you, probably not by the dozens, but trickling in? Hey, you know what? I'm lost in the world. I just realized I don't have God and I need God in my life.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. There's a great thirst for God. That's part of the human spirit. But this decline that you mentioned and that Pew Research identified and measured is to me not surprising in the light of all these dynamics that we're reflecting on. You know, again, especially as you said, you know, boils down to the parents. What kind of family life do we have nowadays? The family has disintegrated in many ways. And so you have these young people who are lost. They're lost again in an age where respect for human life itself is under direct and explicit attack.
Right.
So yes, it's not a surprising trend, but we do see the backlash too. What I mean is what you just said. People coming to us, to ministries like mine, and saying, you know what? I need God. And we see in the pro-life movement, these millennials are embracing it like never before. And part of it is that connection, again, between the awareness of God and the awareness of the dignity of the human person.
Pretty obvious to me, Father, when you attack the Judeo-Christian foundation of this republic, when you attack free speech and the First Amendment and the Bill of Rights, when you attack our culture, when you attack the framers of the Constitution, the fathers of this country, when you attack our history, this is the result. Father, thank you.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One American News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One American News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.